Hey everyone, let's make chicken casserole. First, I'm going in with 2 boxes of chicken stuffing. Next, I'm going to add in a half of a can of cream of chicken, and I've only mixed in half a can of water because I kind of want to keep it thick. And I'm saving the other half for my topping for my casserole. Next, we're going in with some canned chicken. I'm using 2 cans, and these are the larger cans. I have drained the excess juice off of it already. Now I'm going to be adding in the water that the stuffing calls for, and I'm adding enough for 2 boxes of stuffing. Now I'm adding in a half a stick of melted butter. And just a dash of garlic. And this is just by preference. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to add it, but I love adding garlic in almost everything that I fix. So now I'm just taking my spatula and I am breaking all the chicken up and stirring everything together so that it's nice and moist and ready to go in the oven. Just making sure everything is chopped up because you don't want any big chunks of chicken, so this just lets me make sure that it's getting spread out through the casserole really well. And this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to be pouring it over into my pan. I haven't greased my pan or anything, but my pan is non-stick. If you want to add a little bit of oil or butter in the bottom of it, you can. So I'm just dumping it all over in there, and I'm going to smooth it out really well and pat it down with my spatula so that it's firm. Now that I've got everything smoothed out, I'm going to top it with the rest of my cream of chicken soup. And I'm just going to kind of swirl it around on top. That way that it's covering everything. And then I'll take my spatula and just kind of smooth it out. And if you want, you can top it with some pepper or maybe some broccoli even. If you want to add some broccoli to it for just vegetables. So I've topped it with that and I'm smoothing it out. Sometimes I even top my casserole with cheese, but today we're not using cheese. We're just doing it the old-fashioned way that my mom taught me how to do. So next I'm taking the rest of the butter and I'm just going to take and just very lightly top it with some slices of butter. I'm not even going to use the whole rest of this stick. I'm using about half of this. So it's about half of a half stick. So I'm just putting it here and there all over top of my casserole just for a little bit more butter, because who doesn't like butter on their stuffing? So next I'm going to cut up 4 potatoes and I'm going to be putting them into my Tupperware Ultra Pro, and I'm going to cook them in the microwave. So we're going to be having chicken casserole, cooked potatoes, and baked beans for dinner. So I've got my potatoes diced up and put over into my Ultra Pro, and now I'm going to add some water, and I'm filling it about halfway up. Next, I'm going to be adding just a little bit of cooking oil, and I'm using vegetable oil. I'm using very little. This just helps the potatoes get soft. I would do this also if I was cooking on the stove. Now I'm going to top with some salt. And then I'm going to add just a little garlic because we all love garlic on our potatoes in this house. So definitely adding garlic today. Now I'm just going to add my lid. Next, I'm going to be making my baked beans. So this is just a quick little side. So I'm using my Tupperware can opener because it's literally my favorite can opener. I don't have to worry about getting cut and I don't have to worry about sharp edges, and it's super easy to use. So I'm going to open my can. And now I'm just pouring my baked beans over into my cooker. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of cooking oil, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. And then I'll just put it on the stove, let it cook till it comes to a boil, and they'll be ready to serve. So here's my casserole. I baked it at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes, and oh my gosh, look how delicious. The inside is so nice and creamy. Oh my goodness. So I'm just making my husband's plate, and I always make sure that he has the best plate. So now I am putting in some baked beans. And now I'm adding in some cooked potatoes. And there you have it. That is my budget-friendly chicken casserole, cooked potatoes, and baked beans. I hope you guys enjoyed.